land above, sea below tips. These are tips for the video game Land Above, Sea Below. First of all, rivers prevent tiles from sinking if the tiles are adjacent and they're a matching color. So build your rivers, don't clump them together. You want to build a long river and then build all of the matching tiles around them. Here's an example where I've got some rivers and I filled in places and I used it to protect these pieces over here. And when I needed to, I put a piece over here to protect these pieces over here. And you will see this type of terrain that's brownish color, and you'll see that they have rivers also. The same is true for walls, and the instructions are not clear, but my understanding that if you build a wall and it's on green terrain, that the green tiles adjacent will not sink. That's my experience from playing the game. The other thing you want to do is build the rivers as long as possible. You get a higher score if you have a disconnect. If this is not connected to building a long river, you don't get as high of a score. Over here, you're going to notice that this tree is a different color than the other trees, and its tile is a different color. And this is a special tree. It's not clear in the game instructions, but my understanding is that if this tree sinks, then you probably lose the game. The other thing you want to do is when you build, you have a row. Let's say you got 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to start and another row. Don't start in the middle. Start where it says 1x, and then this will be a 3x, and this will be a 3x, and this will be a 3x. If you don't do it that way, you'll get a 2x over here. And if you put one over here, you'll get a 2x. You're going to lose your opportunity. If you go to my forum, my discussion forum at cheapbooks.cc, you can see screenshots that show how the pieces are placed. So if you're going to get 4 more of these yellow, start on the left. You do 1, 2, 3, 4. And the same with the green. You would start on the left, you would do 1, and then you would get a triple and a triple. Back one moment, just want to read something. Okay. Certain tiles, this tile does not have a river. You cannot place it adjacent to where there's a river connection. So over here, I'm going to move it to the middle of the screen. We've got a pond and we've got an empty space with 2 river connections. Only a river can fit in that empty space and it has to match. So you would not be able to put the wall tile over here also. I am going to have probably 2 more pieces of advice. If you have a tile and you don't know where to put it, look for an interior space or put it next to the river, and that will protect it. Number 2, if you see that there's a problem somewhere, like I saw that these were going to sink, try to put a river tile next to it. A river tile can protect a large number of tiles. And if you don't mind that your river is not connected, you can use the river tiles to keep everything from sinking. The other thing that I do is I don't always connect the river. For example, you'll see that there's a few gaps, and I did that to make it more efficient to grab more of these island tiles. For example, I also did it over here. I built the river here, and I built the river going out this way because you don't have to have a river on every tile. We'll take a look at this river right here in the middle that I'm pointing to with the mouse. I could put a river adjacent to it, south of it, but it's not going to protect this tile because this tile is always protected by the river. So I could skip a tile and then build a river, and then you can reach other tiles that are not connected to the river. Okay, so those are my tips for the video game Land Above, Sea Below. If you have any questions or comments, you can go to my forum at cheapbooks.cc. It has all of my tips and guides, links to videos, etc. And I am the owner of cheapbooks.com, the website for searching for books and textbooks. If you have any questions or comments, post below.